Today, we're going into a big question. What's with the Conquest? Be sure to stay until the end of the video, and you might learn something new. Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Jack Billing, CEO and founder of shedknives. And like I said, today we are going into the Conquest. Specifically, what's with the Conquest? What's with the design? Where did it come from? How did it come about? So let's get into it here. First off, I have with me the 2023 shedknives Conquest here in Midnight Black G10. This is a beautiful piece, if you ask me. This is a stunning piece, and quite frankly, if you ask anybody else who sees this knife who is a fixed blade junkie, I'm sure they will say the same exact thing. So this is a stunning knife here. We have a beautiful kydex sheath as well. All of this is done in-house, so beautiful pieces here. So let's get into the background of the Conquest. Alright, so my initial thought with this knife is I make the US Tanto. The US Tanto is a great knife, but the thing is I don't make a true Tanto blade, or really an American Tanto. I call it a true Tanto. Alright, so I don't have a true Tanto blade. As of 2021 I didn't, or years before that I did not. But I wanted to change that. So I drew a Tanto blade. As we see here, we have a beautiful Tanto blade. And I started thinking, I was like, how are we going to work this into the knife design? We can do the US Tanto and turn it into that true Tanto blade. So just kind of flip the thing around. And I was like, you know what? That goes against my initial design for the US Tanto, which was to flip the true Tanto into the US Tanto. So then I'd be redoing a design. And then I was like, well, let's turn it into a self-defense piece. Alright, at the time I was still trying to figure out, who am I selling my knives to? Am I selling them to bushcrafters? Am I selling them to self-defense people? Who am I selling my knives to? And really, I have quite a variety of customers. So I have a clientele, for example, law enforcement. They'll buy the Conquest so they can use it with them on their person on a day-to-day basis. But then they'll take the same knife and break it out into the field like where I am today. And I just have to interrupt the video real quick. I have to say, it is a beautiful day out. It's a little warm, but we have a nice breeze going. I'm sure you can hear it through the video. I have the beautiful lake behind me, and there's so much to be thankful for. So make sure you get outside, get out into the outdoors, and break out your fixed blades, people. Break them out, use them, get some use out of them. So let's keep going here. Let's keep going with this, alright? So, what's with the Conquest? Alright, so we got into some background, but how did this design come about? I knew I wanted the Tanto, but we have a very unique feature here where the thumb goes, alright? This thumb, I direct all my energy from my arm through my thumb into the point here. Alright, where'd that come from? I was looking at some fillet knives, and I saw some fillet knives with a similar feature. I was like, that is interesting. So I designed it, incorporated it in, and really this is something I like about the knife industry. The knife industry, nothing is really stolen. I mean, sure, there's some locks out there that have been stolen, but really at the end of the day, nothing's like truly stolen. We all just take each other's designs and turn them into our own, and we take hints and characteristics and stuff like that with other designs. So really this came from a fillet knife. I liked that push point there. I said, I'm going to put this on a self-defense piece. Now, what are some other things that's up with the Conquest that's much different? Well, we have a little wonky blade here, meaning we have really a wonky blank, I should say. Everything's curved. There's very few straight pieces on here. There's really 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, alright? So, really by the blade, that's it. Everything else is curved. Now, this feature down here at the bottom, once again, another self-defense piece. You can get in there, you can bash, you can stab, stuff like that. So, pretty tough piece. Also, another thing that's up with the Conquest, people keep confusing this Midnight Black G10 from micarta, which, hey, completely fine. Sometimes that happens. I confuse my own material sometimes. That's all right. But just so you guys know, just to clarify for everyone out there, this midnight black and all the colors are G10. So just had to clarify that because I grind it with 36 grit sanding belts, which makes it a bit rough. It's not rough enough to splinter and hurt your hands. It's just rough enough to have a nice texture. So as you can see, this is darkened up because I've been using this one a little bit. So this is a beautiful piece here. And yeah, so that's another thing that's up with the Conquest, something that is a bit different, you know, confusing the materials. And to be honest, I've never heard, or I've rarely heard, I should say, of other materials being confused. G10 and micarta, you can usually tell the difference. How I make my knives, they look very similar, so you can get them mixed up. Now, another thing here, let's talk about the finger grooves, specifically where your pointer finger and your thumb will go. So I thought, if I'm in a self-defense situation and I need to stab, all right, I do not want to have the possibility of my fingers coming off of the blade into them, and now I'm cut, and now my knife is not in my hand anymore. It certainly sliced my hand. So that's something I want to avoid. How do I do that though? I put a nice groove there for the pointer finger, and I put jimping with the indentation for the thumb. So if you were to use this in a self-defense situation, thought I was gonna have to take out a tree there, but to sum it up, folks, stay out of trouble. That's about it. All right, but if life or death is your option, obviously choose life, choose your life. And if you got to get in there, this thing's gonna do the work for you. Okay, that's how I design all my knives, so they do the work for you. We get caught up on thinking that here I have the task at hand, but I have to work the knife, I have to manipulate it, I have to do this, I have to do that. It's all these things, and now our mind's not even focused on the task, it's focused on the actual knife that's supposed to be doing the task for us. I hope you understand what I mean there. So just stuff like that. That's why I design my knives the way I do. It's so at the end of the day, when you get the task done, you're not thinking, man, did I do it right? Did I do this right? The knife works for you. You are just simply doing the task. This thing is just getting the job done for you. You're not here to think about it. You're just here to get it done. And same with me with my knife making. I'm just here to get the job done. We're going to do it right. We're going to get in there and get stuff done. Be productive. Stay positive. Thank you guys for watching. If you like knife content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you like this knife, 2023 Conquest, I highly encourage you to click the link in the description. I certainly appreciate it if you did. Definitely helps me out just by clicking the links and buttons, stuff like that. Helps YouTube know I'm doing something right. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.